Okay, good day guys. So we're going to discuss another topic which is the binomial and multinomial distribution. Okay, so this is still under the discrete probability distribution. Okay, so let's discuss first the binomial distribution. Okay, so when we say binomial distribution, okay, let's discuss it. Binomial distribution. Okay. A probability will be under binomial distribution if we can categorize the problem or the instances in just two possible outcomes. One is success and the other one is failure. Okay, so that's the main principle behind binomial distribution. Okay, if we can categorize each probability or the chances or the outcomes as two, which is success and failure, then it might fall into binomial distribution. Okay, so there's also one process which is what we call the Bernoulli process. Okay, so the Bernoulli process is a process wherein we can categorize our probability of chances into success or failure. Okay, and it has also its requirements. So first is that the experiment in the Bernoulli process consists of repeated. Okay, take note of this one. This is the repeated trial. So paulit-ulit. Say for example, coin toss. Okay, or if we want to identify if the gadget is defective or non-defective. Okay, so kapag dumaan siya sa factory, paulit-ulit yung magiging kukuha si inspector, then kukuha ulit ng panibago, so repeating yung trials niya. Second requirement is that each trial results in an outcome that may be classified as success or failure. Okay, so there's only two outcomes: success or failure. Next, the probability of success denoted by P, okay, remains constant from trial to trial. Okay, hindi pwede mabago yung probability of success. Okay, so pag ang probability of success is 70% chance of winning, all throughout the trials, it must be 70%. Okay, then lastly, the repeated trials are independent. Okay, say we have here an outcome. So this is an outcome in a factory that the inspector wants to know the number of defective units based on its samples, no? So 3 times siya kumuha. So this is a repeated trial. 3 times siya kumuha ng gadget. Okay? To check if the gadget is defective or non-defective. So one possible outcome is that there are no defective. 3 of them are no defective. Okay? So if 3 of them are no defective, the random variable in which we want to know the number of defective units is 0. So next outcome is the first sample is non-defective, the second sample is defective, and then the third sample is non-defective. So there is one defective random variable. Next, we have the non-defective, non-defective, and defective, one variable. Next outcome is defective, non-defective, non-defective, so one variable that is defective. Another outcome is that we have non-defective, defective, and defective. Okay, there are two random variables or two variables that are defective. Next, you have the defective, non-defective, and defective, 2. Defective, defective, and non-defective, which is 2. And we have also a sample that all of the 3 samples are defective. Okay, so let's say we want to find the probability of non-defective, defective, and non-defective. Ito lang yung pagtutuon natin ng pansin. No? The probability of non-defective, defective, and non-defective. Based on this sample, we can have a problem. Okay, we can have this equation or probability as the probability of non-defective multiplied by the probability of defective times the probability of non-defective. So, hinimay-himay natin yung non-defective, defective, and the non-defective. Okay? So, on the binomial distribution, kukunin muna natin yung probability ng first, multiply the probability of the second, and multiply by the probability of the last one. No? So, if we calculate or if we compute for the probability of non-defective, we can have 3 out of 4 because we have here 4 samples, no? 4 total samples, and 3 of them are non-defective. Okay, next, the probability of defective, 1 over 4. 1 is defective, 4 is the total number of samples. And lastly, we have 3 over 4, which is the probability of non-defective. So if we multiply all this one, we can have the final answer as 9 over 64. Okay? So the total or the probability now of having a non-defective, defective, and non-defective is 9 over 64. Okay? So if we do a mapping in our probability distribution in which our outcomes has 0, 1, 2, and 3, 0 defective, 1 defective, 2 defective, and 3 defective, this is our probability of X, or the probability of our outcomes. For the 0 defective, that is 27 over 64. 1 defective is 27 over 64. 2 defective is 9 over 64. So, this is what we have computed, no? The 9 over 64. So, it reflected dun sa ating probability distribution table. Okay? So, 3 are defective. So, that will be 1 over 64. Okay? So, pag dito sa 3 are defective, let's focus on this one, no? So, para makuha natin yan, so we need to find the probability of 3 defectives, and that will be equal to the probability of the defective times the probability of the defective times the probability of the defective. Okay? So, in which, this is equal to 1 over 4 times 1 over 4 times 1 over 4. All in all, we can have this as 1 over 64. Okay? So, dun nang galing na. Okay? Yung 9 over 64, dun din nanggaling. Yung 0, in which we have 27 over 64. So, you'll just get the probability of the non-defective. And the probability of non-defectives are 3 over 4 times 3 over 4 times 3 over 4. And that will be 3 times 3 is 9 times 3, 27 over 60. Okay? Okay. So that is the principle behind binomial or Bernoulli's process. So with that, let's now proceed on our topic, no? The binomial distribution. Okay? So this is the binomial distribution. And we have here the formula in which we are going to use for our problems, no? The binomial distribution formula. Okay? And this binomial distribution formula states that the probability of x is equal to the combination of the total population and the random variables multiplied by the probability of success raised to its random variable multiplied by the probability of failure raised to n minus x. Okay? Yung P dito, that will be our probability of success. Yung Q is the probability of failure. And if we have the probability of success and the probability of failure, pag inad natin yan, that must be equal to 1. So to get the probability of failure, that will be Q is equal to 1 minus the probability of success. Okay? So ganyan lang po yung binomial distribution. So this will be all formula based. So of course, hindi lang basta-basta formula based, no? You also need to read carefully the problems para masagutan natin yung problem ng maayos. Okay? So let's proceed. Okay? Again, this is the formula. The probability of x is equal to NCX times P raised to x times Q raised to n minus x. Okay? So let's put this into an example. Okay. So a survey found that one of 5 Americans says he or she has visited a doctor in any given month. If 10 people are selected at random, find the probability that exactly 3 will have visited a doctor last month. Okay? So you can pause muna yung video natin, okay? So try to answer example number 1. Okay, again, what is the formula for our binomial distribution? We have the probability of x is equal to the combination of the total population times the random variable times the probability of success raised to the x times the probability of failure raised to n minus x. Okay? So, this is the formula for our binomial distribution. So, let's analyze the problem itself. Hanapin natin muna yung mga given sa atin. So, sabi dito, a survey found that 1 out of 5 Americans says he or she has visited a doctor in any given month. If 10 people are selected at random, okay? A keyword is given here. Ang sabi, if 10 people are selected at random, okay? So, therefore, pag nakita niyo yung keyword na yan, you can now say that the total population is equal to 10. Okay? 10 people daw yung na-select natin at random. Next, find the probability that exactly 3 will have visited a doctor last month. Exactly 3. So, therefore, our x here is equal to 3. Ito yung random sample natin or the random variable. Okay. Ano pa yung nawawala? May n na tayo. May x. Ano pa kulang? P. What is our probability of success? To get the probability of success, balikan ulit natin yung problem. A survey found that 1 out of 5 Americans says he or she has visited a doctor in any given month. So, meron tayo dito binigay na 1 out of 5 or 1 over 5. Okay? But how do we know na success siya or failure ba siya? Okay? Analyze the problem itself, no? Ang sabi, yung 1 out of 5 daw na Americans ay nag-visit. Okay? Visited a doctor in a given month. Okay? Kuha ko dito na kaya. Visited a doctor. Ito sabi, in a given month. Okay? Kailangan, yung binigay sa atin na description nung probability, mas match doon sa ating question. Find the probability that exactly 3 will have visited a doctor. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, etong 1 out of 5 na to, itang kulay, this 1 out of 5, ito 1 out of 5 na to is our probability of success. Okay? So, the probability of now of the success is 1 over 5. Now, how do we get the probability of failure? We said a while ago that the probability of failure is equal to 1 minus the probability of success. Okay, nakuha na natin yung probability of success. Based sa problem, it's 1 out of 5. So that would be equal to 1 minus 1 over 5. Therefore, our Q, or the probability of failure, is 4 out of 5. Sabihin, 1 out of 5 daw ng Americans ay nagvi-visit sa doctor nila in any given month. And 4 out of 5 naman daw of Americans are not visiting their doctor in any given month. That's how do we interpret the success and the failure. Okay, since meron na tayong lahat ng ating mga kulang, so we can now get the probability that exactly 3 Okay, sabi dito exactly 3. So now, calculating. So the probability of exactly 3. Okay? In mathematics, pag sinabi natin exactly 3, of course, exact. So that will be equal. We can rewrite this in a mathematical notation as the probability of the random variable x is equal to 3. Okay? And then, we now plug in the given dun sa ating formula for the binomial distribution. That will be 10C3 multiplied by the probability of success is 1 over 5 raised to x natin ay 3 times the probability of failure 4 over 5 times n, which is 10, minus x, which is 3. Therefore, the probability that exactly 3 Americans will have visited their doctor last month is equal to, so kung natin calculator natin, so that will be 10 C3 times 1 over 5 raised 3 times 4 over 5 raised to 10 minus 3. And that will be 0.201. I'll get the 5 decimal places now. 33. Okay. So now, the probability, the probability of exactly 3 Americans visited the doctor is 0.20133 or 20.13%. Okay? 20.13% of Americans visits the doctor in any given month. So that's how we compute for the binomial distribution. Okay. Again, why is this example classified as binomial distribution? It matches, it suffice the requirements of the Bernoulli's process na. It is a random, it is independent, okay, and it also answers only two outcomes: visiting and not visiting. Okay? Walang maybe dun sa problem natin, no, sa example natin. Dalawa lang outcomes: visiting or not visiting. Okay? So that's why this example is an example of binomial distribution. Okay? So next example number 2. I'll just insert some space. Okay. A survey from Teenage Research Unlimited found that 30% of teenage consumers receive their spending money from part-time jobs. If 5 teenagers are selected at random, find the probability that at least, okay, take note of the term at least 3 of them will have part-time jobs. Okay? So, again, yung formula natin is, sulat ko na lang ulit yung formula. Later on, di ko na isusulat. So, that will be the probability of x is equal to NCX times the probability of success raised to x times the probability of failure raised to n minus x. Okay. So, hanapin muna natin yung given. Okay? Basahin natin yung problem. A survey from Teenage Research Unlimited found that 30% of teenage consumers receive their spending money from part-time jobs. Okay, later on, discuss natin yan. So, let's go to the next sentence. If 5 teenagers are selected at random, nakita natin yung word na selected at random, therefore, our N, the population is 5. Okay? Find the probability that at least 3 of them will have part-time jobs. Okay? Okay. So, let's take a look muna dito, no? 30% of teenage consumers receive their spending money from part-time jobs. Okay? So, ibig sabihin daw, yung mga teenagers daw nakaka-receive ng money from their part-time jobs. Okay, yun ang pinaka-source of income nila. At ang tanong sa atin, find the probability, okay, that at least 3 of them will have part-time jobs. Okay? So it suffices na yung hinahanap natin is swak para maging ano, probability of success. So therefore, the probability of success here is 30% or 0.30. The probability now of failure is equal to 1 minus 0.30 or 0.70. Okay? 30% daw yung may mga nakaka-receive ng spending money from their part-time jobs, and 70% naman daw na ang source ay hindi yung part-time jobs nila. Okay? So we can interpret 70% in any other way, no? May part-time jobs ba sila or wala silang part-time jobs? Okay? So next. Okay, so now let's take a look dito sa binigay sa atin. Sabi, find the probability that at least 3. So, ito ngayon yung question sa atin. At least 3. So, how do we get at least 3? Kung yung kanina, yung exactly, okay, sabi, exactly 3 is x is equal to 3. Yan. This is for exactly. Paano naman kapag at least 3? Okay. So now, the probability of at least 3 is equal in mathematical notation to the probability of the random variable x or the outcome greater than or equal to 3. At least. Tama ba? At least. So, kung naalala niyo kanina, the probability of non-defective is equal to the probability of n times the probability of n times the probability of n. Okay? Hinimay-himay natin using by the Bernoulli process, no? So, dito din, himay-himayin din natin. Pero, we need first to identify ano yung mga inclusions ng probability natin, which is the outcome must be greater than or equal to 3. So, therefore, pasok dyan yung probability of 3. Okay? In Bernoulli's distribution, i-add natin. Okay? Sorry, Bernoulli's. Binomial distribution. Okay, i-add natin. 3. Sabi, greater than or equal. So, pasok si 3. Now, ano pa yung mga numbers na pasok sa greater than 3? So, we have the probability of 4. Pasok yan. Ano pa? The probability of 5. Pasok din yan. The probability of 6. Pasok din yan. Okay. Pero pasok nga ba yung probability of 6? The answer is no. No? Tandaan, ang population natin, ang total population natin, which is n, is equal to 5. Okay? Ibig sabihin, ang range lang natin when it comes to x greater than or equal to 3 is from 3 to the normal population, no? Which is 5. Okay? So, yung probability of 6 is not applicable. But, the outcome is greater than 3. Pero hindi siya applicable since ang population lang ng sample natin is 5. So, ito yung limit natin. Ito lang po yung limit natin. Yung n is equal to 5. Okay? I hope na gets yun, no? So, kukunin natin ngayon yung probability of each of this, no? Using the binomial distribution formula. Okay? So, isay natin. First, we need to get the probability of 3. So, using the formula, constant na po itong mga given sa atin na N, P, and Q. Okay? So, that will be 5C 3 times 0.30 raised to 3 times 0.70 raised to 5 minus 3. Mamaya natin compute na yung final answer. Next, the probability of 4. So that will be 5C4 times 0.30 raised to 4 times 0.70 raised to 5 minus 4. Lastly, we have the probability of 5. That will be 5C5 times 0.30 raised to 5 times 0.70 raised to 5 minus 5. Okay? So, labas natin calculator natin. So, first, makikita natin na yung pattern, no? Ang nababago lang is yung x. Okay? So, we can create an equation dito sa ating calculator, no? I hope sanay naman kayo, no? So, that will be 5c then x times 0.30 raised to x times 0.70 raised to 5 minus x. Okay? Then, unahin natin yung 3. Calc 3. So, that will be green ko na, no? 0.1323. Okay? Next, calc 4. That will be 5 decimals ako dito. 0.02835. Then, calc 5. Okay? Parang hindi ako type ng type, no? Pwede nyo gawin to. So, that will be 0.00243. Okay? Yun na ba yung sagot? Of course, hindi pa, no? So, to get the probability of at least 3, we need to add all probabilities na nakuha natin, na. So that will be equal to 0.1323 plus 0.02835 plus 0.00243, and that will be equal to 0.1323 plus 0.02835 plus 0.00243. The answer now is 0.16308. Okay, so now the probability of at least three of them will have part-time jobs is 0.16308 or 16.31%. Okay, so that's how we deal if merong consideration, okay, or may mga ranges or inequalities dun sa ating probability. So that is example number 2. Let's proceed with example number 3. Okay. So sa example number 3, so this is a very good example, no, since it will tackle all logical limitations like exactly, at most, at least, no? Okay. So I hope na-memorize yun yung formula of the binomial distribution. That is the probability of x is equal to ncx times p raised to x times q raised to n minus x. Okay? Kabisaduhin na yun. Okay, next example. Example number 3. Public opinion reported that 5% of Americans are afraid of being alone in a house at night. If a random sample of 20 Americans is selected, find these probabilities by using the binomial distribution. First, there are exactly 5 people in the sample who are afraid of being alone at night. Second, there are at most 3 people in the sample who are afraid of being alone at night. And lastly, there are at least 3 people in the sample who are afraid of being alone at night. Okay? So, meron tayong tatlong situations. Exactly 5, at most 3, and at least 3. Okay? So, let's first identify the given na constant dun sa tatlong situation. So, first, we have the N. Ano yung sample natin? 20 Americans. So, N is equal to 20. Next, the probability of success. Our P here is 0.05. Yes po, yung 5% ay hindi magbabago all throughout the situations as per the Bernoulli process requirement. Okay? Sabi, ang probability of success daw ay dapat constant in all situations. Okay? So, if our probability of a success is 0.05, therefore, the probability of failure is equal to 0.95. Okay? So, palitan na lang natin ito. Gawin natin itong A, B, ito is C. Wag na 1, 2, 3. So, in letter A, ano yung consideration natin sa A? At exactly 5 people. So, exactly 5 people, we have discussed this one. So, therefore, the probability of X is equal to 5. Okay? So, this is equal to, diretso na natin sa ating formula. That will be 20 C. Yung X variable natin is 5 multiplied by the probability of success raised to 5 times the probability of failure raised to n minus x. Okay? So, this is equal now to, okay, let's get our calculator. Okay, so that will be 20 C5 times 0.05 raised to 5 times 0.95 raised to 20 minus 5. In 5 decimal places, we have 0.00224. Okay, ganyan, okay na yan. So, this is now our answer for problem 3A. No? Exactly 5. Okay? Next, letter B, at most 3. Yan. The probability of at most 3. In mathematical notation, at most 3 is also equal or equivalent to the probability of the outcome X less than or equal to 3. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, lahat daw ng values from 3 pababa, yun ang kukuhanan natin ngayon ng probability. So, therefore, we need to get the probability of 0 plus the probability of 1 plus the probability of 2 and the probability of 3. Okay? So, start tayo muna sa probability of 0. So, this is equal to 20 C0, okay, times 0.05 raised to 0 times 0.95 raised to 20 minus 0. Next, we have the probability of 1. That would be 20 C1 times 0.05 raised to 1 times 0.95 raised to 20 minus 1. Next is the probability of 2, which is 20 C2 times 0.05 raised to 2 times 0.95 raised to 20 minus 2. Then lastly, we have the probability of 3, 20C3 times 0.05 raised to 3 times 0.95 raised to 20 minus 2. Okay? So, constant naman halos lahat ng N tsaka yung P and Q. So, we can create an equation dito sa ating calculator. So, that will be 20 C x times 0.05 raised to x, then 0.95 raised to 20 minus x. Okay, start tayo sa 0, calc 0. So that will be, pagkiling green, 0.35849. Okay, next, calc 1, 0.37735. Next, we have calc 2, 0.18868. Then lastly, the probability of 3, 0.05958. Okay, medyo mahaba pala. So now, to get the probability of at most 3, or x is less than or equal to 3, so we need just to add all probabilities, no? So that will be 0.35849 plus 0.37735 plus 0.18868, then 0.05958. So this is equal to 0.35849 plus 0.37735, 0.18868 plus 0.05958. That will be 0.9841. So this is now your answer for letter B. Okay, letter C, at least 3. Okay. So now, the probability of at least 3. Okay? Kung si at most is the probability of x less than or equal to 3, at least 3 is the probability of the outcome x greater than or equal to 3. Okay? Analyze nyo. Ang n natin is 20. Okay? Ang n natin dito ay 20. Kung n natin ay 20, so therefore, from the probability of 3, kukunin natin yung probability of 4, probability of 5, hanggang makapunta ka sa probability of 20. Okay? So, 20 minus 3 is 17 plus 1 kasama probability of 3. So, 18. Kailangan mo kumuha ng 18 probabilities. Okay? Ito palang apat na to. Halos time consuming na rin to, no? Yung 18 probabilities pa kaya. very, very time consuming siya. Pwede nyo naman gawin, no? Hindi ko sabing hindi, wag nyo gawin. Pwede nyo gawin. But, of course, logically, ano ba yung hindi natin kinuha? Yan, yun ang pag-usapan natin. Ano yung hindi natin kinuha? Okay? Ang kinukuha kasi natin dito is from the probability of 3 hanggang probability of 20. Okay? Dinisregard natin si probability of 0, probability of 1, and probability of 2. Tatlo lang yon. Pero, gagamitin natin yung tatlong probabilities na yun. Okay? Because, we can also rewrite the probability of at least 3 as what? Reciprocal. 1 minus the probability of the outcome x less than or equal to 2. So, ano ngayon yung mga pasok sa less than or equal to 2? Okay? Pasok na dyan yung probability of 0 plus the probability of 1 and the probability of 2. Okay? We just need to subtract this probability of x less than or equal to 2 to 1. Okay? To get the reciprocal. Para makuha natin yung probability of x greater than or equal to 3. Okay? Again, pwede nyo kunin from the probability of 3 hanggang probability of 20. Then, i-add nyo, that will be the probability of at least 3. Okay? But, again, logically, we can have this technique na lang, no? Na kunin natin yung mga dinisregard natin, gamitin natin yon, i-add natin lahat yon, then minus 1. Okay? So, we can have the probability of 0 equal probability of 1 and the probability of 2. Okay? Calculate lang natin. So, that will be 20 C0 times 0.05 raised to 0 times 0.05 raised to 20 minus 0, then 20 C1 times 0.05 raised to 1 times 0.95 raised to 20 minus 1. Then we have 20 C2 times 0.05 raised to 2 times 0.95 raised to 20 minus 2. Okay? So you can calculate this on your own, but I'll just write the final answers. Three, 5, 8, 4, 9. Then 0.37735, then 0.18868. Okay. So we can now plug this in sa ating working equation, in which to get the probability of at least 3, we can have 1 minus the probabilities from 0 to 2. So that will be 0.35849 plus 0.37735 and 0.18868. So calculating this one, so we can have 1 minus 0.35849 plus 0.37735 plus 0.18868. The answer will be 0.07548. So this is now your answer for letter. Okay, for letter C. Okay. Again, you can do this technique, no? Or this logical reasoning sa ating probability. Just get the reciprocal. Okay? Hanggang sa kaya nyo ipadaliin yung equation or yung solution, padaliin nyo. Okay? Again, hindi ko kayo pinagbabawalan na gamitin yung probability from 3 to probability of 20. Pero this will be time consuming. It's up to you. No? But same lang din halos sa mga ko. Okay? So that will be example number 3. Then proceed tayo sa example number 4. So a report from the Secretary of Health and Human Services stated that 70% of single vehicle traffic fatalities that occur at night on weekends involve an intoxicated driver. If a sample, okay, sulatan natin dito, no? As we read, we write, if a sample of 15 single vehicle traffic fatalities that occur on weekend night is selected, find the probability that between 10 and 15 inclusive accidents involves drivers who are intoxicated. Okay? The probability of the success or the intoxicated drivers is 70%. Sorry, 0.7 decimal natin. And the probability of failure is 0.30. Okay. So, ang sabi, find the probability that between 10 and 15. Between 10 and 15 daw. Okay? 10 and 15. So, therefore, our outcome sets is from 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So, yan daw po yung pupunan natin ng probability. Okay? So, therefore, the probability between 10 and 15 in mathematical notation, that would be the probability of X outcome is greater than or equal to 10 but less than or equal to 15. Okay? With that, kukunin natin yung probability of 10 hanggang probability of 15. Okay. So, these are now all the probabilities from 10 to 15. Okay. And if we sum up just to get the probabilities between 10 and 15, we can now have our final answer as 0.72162. Okay. And that's it for the binomial distribution. So now, let's discuss now the formulas for the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the binomial distribution. So, these are just formula based. If we want to get the mean of the binomial distribution, we can have the formula mu is equal to n multiplied by the probability of success. For the variance, that is sigma squared, is equal to n times the probability of success times the probability of failure. And the standard deviation is sigma is equal to the square root of the variance or square root of n p q. Okay? So, these are our formula. So, have a look and memorize this one. So, let's now go to our example. So, this, ito naman madali lang naman itong part na to. No? So, this is very easy for you all. So, a coin is tossed 4 times. Find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the number of heads that will be obtained. Okay? So, first, we need to find our given. So, ano ba given natin? Ano yung n natin dito? N is, nag-toss daw tayo ng 4 times. So, n is 4. Probability of success. Sir, wala po sinabi. Okay, but we know that there are 2 outcomes pag nagtotoss tayo ng coin. It's either heads or tails. O ilan ngayon ang probability na makakuha tayo ng heads? That will be 1 over 2. Okay? So, ano yung reciprocal niya? Ano yung failure? Makakakuha ka ngayon ng tails, which is 1 over 2 din. Okay? Usually, hindi siya sinasabi, no? But we know the concept behind the toss coin. Now, first we need to get the mean. Okay, mean muna tayo. So, balikan ko ito yung set sa So, let's first get the mean. Again, the formula for mean is mu is equal to n times the probability of success, in which we can now get as 4 times 1 over 2. And it is equal to 2. Okay? Next, we need to get the variance. The formula for variance is sigma squared is equal to n times p times q. And that will be 4 times 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. And that is equal to 1. Okay, lastly, we need to have also the standard deviation. So that it is just simply the square root of the variance, and PQ. So that will be equal to the square root of 1, which is also equal to 1. Okay, so that is now our solution for the mean variance and standard deviation. Example number 6. Okay, an 8-sided die, numbers 1 through 8 on the faces, is rolled 560 times. Find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the numbers of 7s that will be rolled. Okay. So first, let's have the given. Ano given natin? Okay. Ang given natin na n is not the 8-sided. Okay? Hindi yung 8. Yung 560. So our n is 560. Okay? So what is our probability of success? The probability of success of having 7, okay, is 1 over 8. Okay? Since 8-sided yung die, ang probability natin, total number of probability natin is 8. Okay? And, the total number of outcomes is 8. Pwedeng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pero ang tinatanong sa atin is 7. So, ilan ba 7 sa 8-sided die? So, isa lang. Okay, that's 1 over 8. And the probability of failure is 1 minus 1 over 8. So that will be 7 over 8. Okay? So first, let's have yung mean. So we can calculate the mean as mu is equal to n, which is 560, times p, which is 1 over 8. And this is equal now to 560 divided by 8, 70. 70. Next will be the variance. So that will be the sigma squared is equal to n, which is 560, times yung p, 1 over 8, and the Q, which is 7 over. So that will be 560 times 1 over 8 times 7 over 8. That will be 61.25. Then we have the standard deviation. Standard deviation as the sigma is equal to the square root of 61.25. And that will be the square root of the answer, 7.82624. So for example number 7, so you can solve for this one na lang, no? So same lang din naman ang magiging process natin for example number 7. So you just need the mean, variance, and standard deviation. Okay, lagay ka ng given. Our given here is a random sample of 8,000 birds. So therefore, our n here is 8,000. The probability of success is 0.02. And the probability of failure is 0.90. So you can now calculate for the mean, variance, and standard deviation using the formulas. Okay, so multinomial distribution. Okay, when we say multinomial distribution, so this is a probability experiment that satisfies the following requirements. So first, there must be a fixed number of trials. Okay? If the trial is just a toss coin lang dapat. Yeah? Next, each trial has a specific but not necessarily the same number of outcomes. Third, the trials are independent. And lastly, the probability of a particular outcome remains the same. Okay? So with that, the formula for the formula for the multinomial distribution is P of X. Okay, that will be P of X is equal to n factorial all over x factorial times x sub 2 factorial times x sub 3 factorial up to x sub k factorial, all multiplied by the by p sub 1 raised to x sub 1 times p sub 2 times x sub 2 all the way to p sub k raised to x sub k, wherein the summation of the random variables must be equal to the total number of population n, and the summation of all probability of success must be equal to 1. Okay? So that formula is for the multinomial distribution. So parang same lang din siya ng binomial distribution. But by this time, we have a multiple number of variables. Okay? So for the example number 8, in a large city, 50% of the people choose a movie, 30% choose dinner and a play, and 20% choose shopping as a leisure activity. If a sample of 5 people is randomly selected, find the probability that 3 are planning to a movie, 1 to a play, and 1 to a shopping mall. So, ang end daw natin dito is based from the problem, sample of 5 people. So, n is equal to 5. So, meron tayong tatlong categories dito, no? Meron tayong tatlong categories. So, first category is yung mga tao daw na piniling manood lang ng movie. Next category, baba ko lang movie. Next category is yung mga gusto naman mag-dinner and play. So, play. And next category is yung mga gusto naman daw mag-shopping. Next, we need to identify the random variables. So, for the movie, ito gawin natin x sub 1. So, x sub 1, as per the problem, 5 people is randomly selected. Find the probability that 3 are planning to go to a movie. Tatlo daw yung pupunta ng movie, and yung magiging probability of success niya or p sub 1 niya is 50% or 0.50. Okay, ito yun. 50% of the people choose a movie. So, for the play, x sub 2 natin is equal to 1. Okay, 1 to a play. And the probability is 30%. Okay, because 30% choose to go to dinner and a play. Then, x sub 3 is equal to 1. So, ito yung mga gusto mag-shopping. And the probability is equal to 20%. Okay? So, if we add this one, magiging sagot niya is 5, which is equal to our n. And if we add this one, the total is 1. Okay? So, now, let's now compute for our multinomial distribution. Again, the formula is p of x is equal to, unahin ko muna yung denominator para madali, x sub 1 factorial times x sub 2 factorial times x sub 3 factorial, since tatlo naman to, yung numerator niya will be n factorial times p sub 1 raised to x sub 1 times p sub 2 x sub 2 and p sub 3 x sub 3. So, yan. Let's just simply substitute all the given. So, we have here the n, which is 5 factorial, times x sub 1 factorial, which is 3 factorial, times 1 factorial and 1 factorial multiplied by p sub 1. P sub 1 is 0.5 raised to x sub 1, which is 3, times p sub 2, which is 0.30 raised to x sub 2 is 1, and 0.20 for p sub 3 raised to 1, which is yung x sub 3 natin. Okay? So, using your calculator, we can now compute for this one. So, that will be 5 factorial all over 3 factorial times 1 factorial times 1 factorial multiply by 0.50 raised to 3 times 0.30 raised to 1 times 0.2 raised to 1. Answer will be 0.15. Okay. Next problem. Example number 9. Okay. So a small airport coffee shop manager found that the probabilities a customer buys 0, 1, 2, or 3 cups of coffee are 0.3, 0.5, 0.15, and 0.05 respectively. If 8 customers enter the shop, find the probability that 2 will purchase something rather than a coffee, 4 will purchase 1 cup of coffee, 1 will purchase 2 cups, and 1 will purchase 3 cups. So, kunin muna natin yung N. Our N here is 8 customers daw ang pumasok. So, N is equal to 8. Okay. So, next, let's have our x sub 1. Yung x sub 1 daw natin, let's denote this yung nag-purchase something rather than the coffee. Ibig sabihin, wala siyang pinurchase na coffee. Okay? Ang x sub 1 daw natin for this one is 2. And the probability is equal to 0.3. Okay? Respectively, we. So, 0, 0.3. Okay? Next, our x sub 2 will be nag-purchase ng isang cup of coffee, which is 4. And the probability is equal to 0.5. Next, x sub 3, nag-purchase ng dalawang cup of coffee is isa. At nag-purchase, ang probability is equal to 0.15. And lastly, you have x sub 4, nag-purchase ng tatlong cup is isa, and the probability will be 0.05. Okay? Again, using our formula, we can now compute for our probability. So, probability of x outcome is equal to, unahin ko muna yung denominator. So, that will be 2 factorial times 4 factorial times 1 factorial times 1 factorial. And yung n natin is 8. So, therefore, 8 factorial times the probabilities. So, we have here 0.3 p sub 1 raised to x sub 1 p sub 2 times, raised to x sub 2 p sub 3 raised to x sub 3 and p sub 4 raised to x sub 4. Therefore, using your calculator, so that will be 8 factorial all over 2 factorial times 4 factorial times 0.3 raised to 2 times 0.5 raised to 4 times 0.15 times 0.05. Answer will be, I'll get the 5 decimal places, so that will be 0.0354. Okay, so it means there are 3.5%. Okay, there are 3.5% na may bibili ng dalawa bibili ng hindi coffee, apat na bibili ng isang coffee, isa bibili ng dalawang coffee, and isa ang bibili ng tatlong coffee. Okay. Last example. So a box contains 4 white balls, 3 red balls, and 3 blue balls. A ball is selected at random, and its color is written down. It is replaced each time. So, pag kumuha ka daw, nire-replace mo na. Okay? It is replaced each time. Binabalik mo. So, find the probability that if 5 balls are selected, sabihin, five balls are selected. So, therefore, our n here is equal to 5. Okay? Unahin natin yung white. 2 are white. So, x sub 1 is white is equal to 2. 2 are red. So, x sub 2 is red. And 1 is blue. X sub 3 is blue. Now, what are the probability? So, P, probability na magkakaroon daw tayo ng white balls, no? Probability of success na magkakaroon tayo ng white balls. Ilan ang total natin? Total number of balls natin dito, which is 4 plus 3 plus 3. So, that will be 10. 10. So, what is now the probability? Magkakaroon tayo ng white balls? 4. So, that will be 4 over 10. Next, probability na magkakaroon tayo ng red balls. 10 pa din yung bola kasi binabalik nga natin. 3 over 10. And the probability of having a blue ball is also 3 over 10. Okay? So, yun ulit. Using the formula, as you can see, formula based lang talaga siya. P of x is equal to, again, ang aking denominator, That will be 2 factorial times 2 factorial times 1 factorial. Yung n natin will be 5 factorial multiplied by probability of the white ball is 4/10 raised to x sub 1 times the probability of the red ball raised to x sub 2, then the probability of the blue ball raised to x sub 3. So for the answer, that will be 5 factorial times 2 factorial times 2 factorial times 4/10 raised to 2 times 3/10 raised to 2 times 3/10. Answer will be 0.1296. Okay, and that is it for the binomial distribution and multinomial distribution. So on our next video, we're going to discuss the Poisson distribution and the hypergeometric and the geometric distribution. Thank you so much and hope to see you soon. God bless us all.